Hello there, my name's Hayden Wheeler and I'm doing a short video about Cuthbury Close in Wimborne in Dorset because it's soon to be demolished. And that house behind me was where my mum and dad lived, Roy and Barbara Wheeler. Yeah, it's a short video about Cuthbury Close in Wimborne, Dorset, soon to be demolished. This is the entrance into Cuthbury Close, and right there, Cuthbury Close in Wimborne Dorset, right there was a couple of silver birches, and they were there the last time I came to Cuthbury Close, and they've gone now. So that's sad really, because they've been there all my lifetime when I was growing up in Cuthbury Close. The Tuckers are still on the end house there, and that's the Brown's house. As I said, that was the flats, and the sycamore was gone. It was at the flats at the bottom there. There was a big sycamore tree down the bottom there, by those flats down the bottom there. That's now gone as well. So yeah, so all a bit sad really. Sort of see where you grew up sort of being levelled and demolished. That was all allotments when I was a kid, and that was the flats, and behind the flats was the copse. I lived on Cuthbury Close from 1967 to about 2010, where I moved to Bournemouth. But my mum and dad lived in that house number 13 in Cuthbury Close right up to when my mum passed away in 2021. Dad passed away in 2027, but that was the Wheeler's house, Roy and Barbara Wheeler, number 13. And this was Cuthbury Close, which is due for demolition. I think it's going to be actually completely everybody gone by April 2022. And we're over there, Sheila Wiggins, my partner, and that was Wimborne allotments, and my dad had an allotment over there all his life. A lot of the people that lived here came from Eden Grove, which has also been demolished back in 1966, and Prior's Walk. This is the play area where I used to play as a child. There's Sheila there, but that was Wimborne allotments. I spent many a time over there, and that was my dad's allotment just there in Cuthbury Close. He had a big greenhouse there, and a shed he made himself. And when we moved up here, that bottom place there was actually where my nan lived, Ruby Wheeler. And she moved away from there. She went down to opposite Lie, and I think it was taken over by somebody called Judith and Roger, because they used to babysit for me. And then the Brachers moved there, and the Brachers used to live next door to number 13, and that was the Brachers in there. And Becky Roberts moved in there, and next door to there was Mrs. Blackshaw, and I think the bottom house is down there, that was Mr. and Mrs. Coombs. And the Tuckers lived in the end house there with the Browns. The Tuckers are still here at the moment. They're one of the last lot to leave Cuthbury Close. If you look down the bottom there, the flats have actually gone. There was a block of flats down there where my nan Wheeler actually moved back to later on in life, but those flats there were gone, but there was some flats there were the same as those flats there. And as I said, that was my house, and that was the Grossmiths next door. That was Tony and Sean Grossmith. I used to play with Sean and Tony, Sean and Ian, the son. Tony Grossmith was the father, and Janet was the mother, Janet Grossmith. And that bottom house there was Mr. and Mrs. Ince when I moved up here. As I said, a lot of people that came up here were moved from Eden Grove in Wimborne back in 1966-67, and from Prior's Walk, because that was also demolished. Now if we go around the back here, it's quite windy, this is the back of my house where I grew up in. This was the garden. It's all gone now. They've chopped the magnolia tree down, which is in the corner there, which is beautiful, but that's gone now. And this bit of land here, this was all copse, and just down there, that was all beehives when I was growing up. I think it was attended by a guy called Mr. Maidment, if I remember correctly. I may be wrong there, but that was all beehives. And as you went down there where those houses are now, that was a copse, a wooded place, wooded land, and there was a big rookery there. And we used to make camps in that wood when we used to play as children. Yeah, that was my dad's greenhouse, which wasn't his allotment. All gone now. Very sad really. I mean, this was Becky's, which was the Brachers, and as I said, the Brachers moved into the flats over here when I was a child, and the one above there, I think that was Mr. and Mrs. Wentworth, and he used to work for the post office, I think, in yeah, some time ago. But as we walk down here, we're walking down here, so this is all going to be demolished. All going to be demolished. That's where the Tuckers live. This was the garages. My garage was on the end there. That's where my dad used to keep his Rovers. He had a thing for Rovers. And that there was a big block of flats, which have now gone. They went in 2021. And as I said, the Tuckers still live in that end house there, and that was their allotment over there. And that was all allotments over there. I think they were allotments from 1883 onwards. So yeah, a lot of history here. I grew up here. It's all going to be knocked down soon. Yeah, Cuthbury Close. Yes. 13 Cuthbury Close, as I said, was my house there. The date today is the 26th of February 2022. So yeah, that was all allotments over there, as far as the eye can see. Yeah, and that is the, I'll just show you the close, because it's all going to go soon. This is our play area. Played a lot on this as kids, used to play a lot. Mr. Brown used to come out and make this into a tennis court. From that lamppost on, we used to have a net and a court drawn out here as kids. So yeah, Cuthbury Close in Wimborne, Dorset, soon to be demolished. Now this bench that's in tatters here, my dad made this, and they've just smashed it up. But there was a big sycamore tree there, which they've obviously chopped down. But yeah, that was my dad's bench, which is this is in Cuthbury Close, as I said earlier. But that's now gone. Yeah, my father made that, Roy Wheeler. Slight correction with my dad. I mean, my dad passed away in 2017, not 2027, as I mentioned. We're not even at 2027, but he lived here most of his life, and that was my bedroom at the top there, and that was Sean and Ian's bedroom. And yeah, a lot of happy memories from this place. Used to be able to watch the football from my top bedroom. Right over there, there was the football pitch. You could see from my bedroom. You couldn't see the goals. You could see the match in the middle, and you could hear the people cheering when there was a goal. Yeah, Cuthbury Close in Wimborne, Dorset.